What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. I'm up bright and early on the west coast to bring you guys this video. We're gonna be going through, we actually got 18 diamond reveals this morning, not like one, not two, but 8. We got one from each division, so we're gonna go through the players, the stats, and then we're gonna talk about how you can prepare, or kind of a preparation before the big reveal, which will be later in the afternoon. You're gonna have a lot of time, like let's say 5 to 6 hours from the release of this video to kind of prepare this. A bunch of things we can go through because the type of players that are getting upgrades in this promo lead to some amazing, some high ceiling investments. So let's hop right into it. For the cards, they are going to be 95 overall, powered up to 96. We don't know if we're getting a master, but the rest of these cards will be revealed this afternoon. I'd say around 3:30 West Coast time, 6:30 East Coast time. But Roddy White, an upgrade from his 90, I think a 92 Team of the Week cards. Not the biggest upgrade, but 94 speed, physical archetype. Not the best, not the worst. Eric Weddle, the only thing about Eric Weddle I don't like is speed. 93 speed, but of course, Ravens, Chargers, Rams theme team just actually got signed to the Rams. 85 hit power is a little low, but Eric Weddle not known for really being a big hitter, more of a zone guy, free safety lurking player. AJ Hawk gets an upgrade from his Campus Hero 89, 90 speed, 80 zone is a little bit underwhelming. I think you can tell by the stats of some of these cards that these were made, I want to say like a month or two ago, because some of the stats just don't line up to the cards we're getting in today's game. Michael Strahan gets an upgrade from his legend. Like I said, 86 speed compared to the defensive ends we're getting in a week-to-week basis. It just doesn't line up, but the rest of his stats are amazing. I'm hoping EA maybe ups the speed on some of these pass rushers. The next guy we're going to talk about too, and this is actually a really cool card. New player in the game, Terrell Suggs, but again, 85 speed when we're getting guys that like Richard Seymour has 90 or 88 or 90 speed, and he came out 2 months ago. I feel like Terrell Suggs should have 90 plus speed compared to every single pass rusher that is coming out in the game now has 90 plus speed. Vince Young, improviser. Now this is big because it powered up to 96. Improvisers and strong arm QBs, I believe they can get escape artist and gunslinger, and it's for 8 AP instead of 9 AP with Derrick Henry and Jalen Hurts. So I think Vince Young and the next quarterback we'll talk about, a player after this, I think will be the new meta for quarterback. Mario Williams with new to Madden, 89 speed. So there we go, a little bit faster speed on him. 94 block shed, 94 power move, right end. Bills and Texans, I don't know any other teams. And this is a big one. This is a huge name brought back to Madden. Joe Montana, and they gave him 91 speed as an improviser. I don't know who's going to be better between Vincent or Joe Montana. They'll have probably the same kind of ability selection where it should be both 8 AP for gunslinger and escape artist from them. It'll probably just come down to who has the fastest release. But man, I would say a little bit underwhelming maybe with the overalls being 95. I would have wanted them to be 96, but we cannot complain about the names. I mean, these are some amazing upgrades, and we've only gotten 8 out of 32. But hop into kind of what to do, because I actually bought a Vince Young on stream last night to basically end the stream. I'm like, hey, I'm going to pick up like an intro roll of Vince Young to see, hey, they might get upgrades. Vince Young does get the upgrade. For Vince Young, he's an 89 overall Campus Hero. I just want to get 70k for him, because you have to understand, you can just buy 30 of the 80 overalls for probably like 2.5k, to where the set will cost like 50 to 60k, and you can choose any one of the 89 overall Campus Heroes. So for Vince Young, I'm not going to be too greedy. I bought him for 20k. He's all the way up to 60k. I think anything above 70, I'm just going to sell. I'm not going to be too greedy. For Michael Strahan, because if you have been following the videos for the past couple of weeks, you know Michael Strahan to kind of be one of our, let's say, he was that next legend up where he would have possibly gotten an upgrade. He was one of our ghost investments that I kind of just held throughout the last couple of weeks. I've been buying him for under 20,000 coins pretty much whenever I see him, although I didn't really target him in the past couple of weeks because I was prepping for Michael Strahan to be more of a Super Bowl investment, but he gets an upgrade, so hey, TOTW investment really wasn't really, I don't know, deserved. But Michael Strahan, he's only 39k. I would wait a little bit on Michael Strahan. I want to get 50k plus from him. Of course, his card is not the best, but I mean, legends, we've seen legends go really high when they do get upgrades. So I'm going to wait till Michael Strahan Team Diamond is actually put into the game. Hopefully he's a really cheap Team Diamond, which will make him very affordable for the common MUT player. I'm going to wait to sell Michael Strahan. I want 50k or more. Now for the big things to talk about when it comes to what you can do to prep. And we've been talking about, I've been talking about this since Monday. And then all yesterday, if you were on stream, I was just preaching it. I love buying training. Buying training pretty much at 4.5 or under. Of course, today it's going to be a little bit harder because you got Wildcard Wednesday heavyweights that are new into the game. So there's a little bit more demand for training, but it's still sitting at about 49k for a 92. These 92s Team of the Weeks are the kind of the easiest to buy for training. If you can scoop some up for under 4.5, I don't know, I just really like it. There's so many opportunities, and the demand for training over the next few weeks is just going to be absurd. You guys can see by my binder, I think I picked up I bought as many as I could for under 45k last night before I can get off, because there's just, like I said, we got Wildcard Wednesdays today. We got playoff rerolls this week with another possible LTD. And I'll get into, we could get a training variety pack with Team Diamonds on Thursday. And then we got Team of the Year next week. So the demand for training is not going to stop over the next week. I love training at 4.5 and under. But now hopping into kind of how the training investments could work out even more when it comes to Team Diamond. So the little Xerxes video, not in the background, but just a screenshot of the sets, the Team Diamond 2 sets from last year. Now the sets did drop in the middle of March, but you can see they require basically generic elites from each team with the one standalone card. We're not going to really go for the standalone card because that's a really hard like player to choose from, but the standalone elites in a Team Diamond set. Now, training variety packs were already in the game in February of last year, but if the sets this year require a just generic kind of like 80 to 82 overall elites from a specific team, or an 85 plus elite from a specific team, I expect Madden, they kind of are going to have to put a training variety pack in the game. Otherwise, these sets will just be way too expensive. So there's probably a good chance, if the sets require non-specific players, that there is a training variety pack in the store that kind of just gives out generic elites that are involved with the sets. It's just another reason really to buy training. If there isn't a training variety pack, it doesn't really matter. It's just kind of an added extra demand that has a really good possibility of actually being put in the game. So I can't stress this enough. Get training at 4.5 per. It's just only going to rise throughout the weekend, especially if you get a really good LTD in the playoff part 2 reroll. And then of course Team of the Year is always spike training, because you're going to need them to reroll for the Team of the Years. But now hopping into the players that you could actually invest in before we get the reveal later this afternoon. Of course, if you're watching this, I'll have a video out as always when the full content release drops. We can notice from the 8 cards that got revealed this morning, we see Roddy White Team of the Week, AJ Hawk 89, and even Michael Strahan 89, and then you have Vince Young 89. They're targeting the cards, if they're not brand new players, to be that 89 to 92, 93 range where they already have a card in the game that are kind of just primed for an upgrade. So some cards I kind of like investing in if you could pick up near training value. Entrell Roll 89 overall, he is kind of a little price fixed right now. If you can pick him up for anything under the 23, 24k mark, Entrell Roll has been a Team Diamond in past Maddens. There's a good possibility that he can get the Cardinals theme or Team Diamond. Some other cards, kind of Roy Williams potentially being the Lions. Now you have to understand these investments are, I'd say, a little bit riskier because you're paying a little bit over training. There's a little bit more kind of hype for these, so they've already started to kind of get pushed up in price. But if you hit on these cards, you're going to be doubling, tripling your investment. LaDainian Tomlinson, he's kind of the last 89 overall legend to get an upgrade in LT. Chargers weren't really involved in the playoffs, so I can't really see him getting a playoff card, a Super Bowl card. If LT is going to get a card before Ultimate Legends, it's going to be in this promo. 89 overall, I think he's a little more rare. If you can pick him up for anything under 25k, it's a pretty safe investment. Of course, that will go crazy if he does get an upgrade. Reggie Bush, couldn't find any actually on the auction house. I've been picking up Reggie Bushes since last night. Again, I think he's just primed. That 91 to 95 overall push is not too far out of the reach. Picking him up for anything really under 50,000 coins is pretty safe. 91s going for, I'd say, 38, 39k on average for training, but a 91 Reggie Bush, especially being a set card, he's gonna go for a little bit more. And then you have your Team of the Week guys. This is where I think a majority, we already saw Roddy White, this is where I think a majority of the Team Diamonds are gonna come from. There are so many 91 to 93 overall legends we got through Team of the Week program throughout this entire year. Try to get near training. These guys do go for a little bit, but you saw Roddy White. I think Roddy White was going for, I want to say 90 to 100,000 before announcement. Now he's at 170. So you have your likes of Ronnie Brown, Teddy Bruschi. A lot of these guys we've actually had in the binder since they've been training investments and playoff investments kind of over the past week. So if you're like me, I have a bunch of Teddy Bruschi's, a bunch of guys like Joey Porter. I'll get down to Ronnie Harrison. I already had these guys a lot in my binder. But if you can pick these guys up, and they're still really, really cheap. You're going to see with Ronnie Harrison, he's up for 42, 43k. I think for any of these 91 overall Team of the guys, if you see him under 40,000 coins, that's basically training this card. It's not the best training, but it's close enough. And Ronnie Harrison, he's primed to get an upgrade, man. 91 to 95 overall. We saw with Roddy White, the 89 Campus Heroes. These cards and the selection, Madden is not going to have an entire new slate of new legends. They're going to have to go into the players that are already in the game. Joey Porter, another one. You got Ozzie Newsome. I've already said Ronnie Brown, but Miles Austin. I mean, there's so many. You got Rondé Barber. You got John Abraham. Pretty much any Team of the Week legend, 91 to 93 overall, has a good possibility of getting an upgrade, and they're really rare. So if they do get upgrades, they'll be going for a lot. And then, of course, we saw with Michael Strahan, the legends are in this kind of program to get upgrades. So any legend that hasn't gotten an upgrade between 89 And really 93 overall, I'd say, has a good chance of getting upgraded. Mike Haynes, we've been kind of investing in potentially for a playoff card. And then you have your likes of Ronnie Lott. Of course, I had a couple Michael Strahans. Ronnie Lott, you got, what, Charles Woodson. Wouldn't really say Michael, and I don't know the teams exactly who've been, I'm trying to remember the teams, because you probably line up like which legends. Of course, we didn't get a Raider. We did not get a Packer. So Charles Woodson's still available, but no, we did get a Packer. We got AJ Hawk, but Charles Woodson could easily be the Raider, Team Diamond. We don't know, but Legends, man. Legends, Team of the Weeks, and Campus Heroes. Any card, like I said, 89 to 93 overall, that is a legend that hasn't gone another card in the game. Probably a good chance that they get upgrades. You guys can throw your coins around if you have them to spare. Today, I would try to get them closest to trading value, just so if they don't get a card, you're not really going to lose anything. You can just sell back and try to get your coins back. And then last thing to prep, and this is really what we can do after even Team Diamonds get revealed. If there is a day to open, I would say I opened gap packs for Team Diamond 1 in preparation, but if there was a day, and I never like promoting this type of action, so to say, but pro fantasy packs, okay? Pro fantasy packs, I know a lot of you guys really like them. I'm not that successful with them. I'm not really a gambler, to be honest, when it comes to my coins. I don't like just throwing my coins away and hope that EA actually rewards you for opening a pack with coins. But if there was ever a day to open pro fantasy packs, we got 3 Team of the Week LTDs and packs all today. And then you can kind of just store up low elites and high golds in preparation for Team Diamonds 2, where you can just sell off probably tomorrow morning at a decent price. You're probably going to get the most coins you have ever gotten for a card that is 80 to 84 overall, whereas like today and pretty much for the past 2 weeks, they've been going for 2,000, 3,000 coins. Maybe some of them are required in the Team Diamond 2 sets, and they go for 4 to 5K. So if there was ever a time to open pro fantasy packs or gap packs, I would say today's the day, just because you got 3 LTDs. You only have 2 LTDs in packs tomorrow, but we got 3 today with Logan Ryan and Randy Gregory going for a lot of coins, and being 97 overall. Or is it Blake, I'm going to say Dalton Schultz, or is it Blake Jarwin? I think it's Blake Jarwin, the tight end for the Cowboys. Is not the best card, but still, I never like promoting, and I'm actually going to pull a 91 overall in this next pro fantasy pack, but that is going to be all for the video. Of course, the reveals will be going live probably on Twitter, guessing 3:30 p.m. West Coast time, 6:30 p.m. East Coast time. I'll get all 32. I'm hoping we get a master card that is 97, 98 overall, somewhere along those lines, because it's always better when there's I'd say a huge card. It gives you a reason to do all the sets instead of just doing them for the player. But I'll talk about when to actually buy Team Diamonds, kind of the overall market impact when we actually see the full program breakdown, where it's sets, objectives, which may be a possible training variety pack later today. But that is all for the video today, so hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If there's ever a video to like to, I'd say do this one, because I was up way too early to be making some Madden videos. But comment if you have any questions, like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new. Link to the Discord, as always, is in the description below. And until I see you guys a little bit later in the day, peace.